There's a line in the script that describes a big explosion, and the way they described it is however much money the budget will allow to make a big explosion. Like it didn't take itself so preciously, and certainly didn't take itself seriously. There was a lot of asides being made to the reader saying, this is a ride, this is going to be really fun, it's going to have like really big booms, and the language in the writing made you want to read it. It wasn't like, how am I going to find a story here? The story was laid out from the moment you meet Lilith. It's the reason I left my family and, kind of at the end of the pandemic came to Budapest, was because the story is well written and is a kind of classic movie, tale. You have a young girl who has no family, who's on her own. You have a woman who also has no family and is on her own. And the two of them become very dependent on each other for various reasons. And they bring to each other the way relationships change us. That relationship between Tiny Tina and Lilith is at the center of Borderlands. The movie is the relationship between Tiny Tina and Lilith. And the rest of us are there in support. I've sort of gone into Tannis' world. She's funny, but she's an odd duck. And in our story, she really just serves as the catalyst to go find the vault. They are stymied, and halfway through the movie, they knock on her door, and she provides access, information, expertise, and some humor. He's just funny and smart and super chill, super easygoing, totally knows what he needs and wants, and isn't afraid of collaboration, isn't afraid of people coming, well, what if? There are a couple of moments of what ifs, and he's been very open to it. He and Kate have worked together, and they obviously have a good relationship. He's been really funny with Kevin. He's amazing with Ariana. I think, he truly is sort of Ariana age. And he's just been a delight. And I have had long talks about movies in a way that I don't normally talk about the movies. These kinds of movies work because you have a group of people who would never have known each other. And we can go back in time in the history of movies. Groups of people coming together to achieve a common goal is very satisfying. In our movie, it's it's an outlaw, it's a mercenary, it's a robot, it's a sort of cyborg bodyguard, broken person who's protecting this little girl who's a totally street-fed street rat, and a sort of nutty scientist, all of whom need each other in a codependent way in order to achieve the goal of the movie, which is the goal of the game, which is to open the fucking vault. I was all in, honestly, all in at Kate. And Kevin wasn't cast yet. So it was Kate. It was just Kate when I first heard about it. And I was like, yes, I will go to Budapest and make a movie with Cate Blanchett, because she's just an extraordinary actress. And how fun to be able to be in a movie like this with someone with that kind of talent. And she has just blown my mind open. Her physicality, her dedication, she has just dived into the physical aspect of Lilith. He takes his job very seriously. He is self-made. He has worked really hard to get to be Kevin Hart. And he has an internal drive of confidence and ambition, and he's fun to be around. There's no sense of, he walks on a set and he says hello to everybody and wants everybody to be a part of it. He brings a lot to the table. So you have this very talented young woman matched with a part that is legendary. Tiny Tina, the lore of Tiny Tina is this, badonkadonk girl, with throwing bombs, and she is a street urchin. And she looks like a street urchin and she acts like a street urchin. And of course she's an orphan. And therefore it has to have that beautiful, soft underbelly underneath all of the bravado. And from the read-through on Zoom, I was like, oh, wow, this is gonna be fun, because she was amazing. It certainly has the ingredients of something delicious. It has it checks all the boxes. It has pathos, it has humor, it has a lot of action. It has quirky, nerd, fodder. It's got big nerd quotients of cool shit that people will love. It follows the history of the game with a very sort of reverential appreciation of the game, and yet has created its own existence.